Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. I hope everybody had a great day. It was a good day in the market, I would say, locking in profits, the Qs, all kinds of good stuff going on. Let's see what's going to be happening tomorrow. First, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And let's flip over and see what the heat map looks like. And I am trying out this StreamYard. They do it on both things. I don't even know how to explain it, but I guess like the up and down and the sideways, I don't even know what it's called, the views, so that it can stream on a phone better. And so that's new, and it's streaming like that over on the YouTube. So those of you that can see it like that, that is what's going on there. So very cool stuff. And let's go through and see what's going on. We do have our Monday night football game on. The Eagles versus the Packers should be a pretty decent game. That's about to start pretty soon. And the market was green right there. The SPY was up, as you know. And there you go, up 1047 to Qs. That's not the Qs, that is. And they were up over 2%. And we had them going into today. So it was a good morning for a bunch of people. I know Sam and some others had the Qs going in, and we did enjoy it. So let's see what we're going to enjoy for tomorrow. Let's get cruising right through the list. We'll see what's happening, what you guys want to see, and then we'll pack it up, and you guys can go and enjoy the Monday night football game. So here we go. Let's get rocking and rolling, guys, and see what's going on in the market. ONDS. As a matter of fact, if you're in the Discord, Ben and I had bought options on this at the end of the day right there. At the very end of the day, it was kind of pulling back right there. Looked good. I forget where exactly we got them, to be completely honest. I'm not sure if it was up here, down here, to be completely honest with you. But that is looking pretty good. ONDS, we've been looking at it, and it does look like it's trying to set up right here. We'll see. It does have earnings coming up November 13th right there. So we will see what is going on with ONDS, and we'll look at it tomorrow and see if it wants to get running. Open Door was running up there today. And like I said, it was looking pretty good right there. It looks pretty good to try to continue to run up. It looks like it was in the after hours right there. So OPEN, Open Door. I told you I would tell you when it was ready to pop again. And there you go, guys. I told you when it was in 50-cent land that it was getting ready to pop, and it went up to almost like 10 over 10, almost 11, and then it pulled back, and then we caught it on here. So there you go with Open Door. I should be the Open Door specialist, not that dude that pumps it all the time. I forget what the heck his name is. I know we've talked about it before, but anyway, here's QMCO Leonard F7Y 4D, something like that. I don't even know, but nerd bookworm. I don't even know what the hell this dude's talking about. Anyway, so here we go. What is he even talking about? This dude, crypto scammer. This dude, we'll have to delete him real quick and ban him. See you later, dude. And I have no idea what that guy's even talking about. We don't even we cover like the basic crypto on here, buddy. So anyway, here's Open Door, and let's see what it's doing right here. Open Door is popping up like we were talking about, and it is looking good. So we will be looking at the door is open on Open Door right there to go up even more. And let's see what QMCO and our computer hardware and quantum ones look like right here. Here's QMCO. And let's see, it looks like it bottomed out, and they all did on Friday. I'm not going to lie, but they still look like they have a little setup period. That ONDS is a little more curled up than some of these other ones. Not that they're all the exact same. This is computer hardware. That's a drone one. But just in comparison to the charts, and this is QMCO. So, yeah, they are getting set up. We'll look at our other quantum and computer hardware ones right here, RGTI. And let's see what's going on. It is pulling back some right there, and it is dipping down. So there you go at RGTI, and QUBT is quantum computing, and also kind of just setting up right there. Friday looks like it's its bottom, but it looks like it could pull back a little bit more, and they do have their earnings on November 14th right there. So we'll be keeping an eye on that one as it gets to its earnings, and that's QUBT and QBTS right here. Is that D-Wave? And this one's usually the strongest one. And you can see this one's even still pulling back and still getting set up here. Your 20 still coming up and not exactly ready. And we looked at QMCO Quantum, the Defiance Quantum ETF right there back in the channel. And it was up today again. So That doesn't look bad to try to curl back up and try to get moving relatively soon for QTUM. And it did touch the 20 right there. And it does look like it's trying to curl up. So maybe that'll bring up the rest of them as well. QSI is at Quantum Psi Incorporated, and that looks like it's trying to bottom out. Could have a little more pullback in it. IONQ right here was dipping down. That one actually looked good yesterday. So that's why we definitely have to keep an eye on some of these things. And our cat right here is kind of just bouncing around. Looks like it bottomed out, but still looks like it could set up. And Z Space was down a little bit, and I just don't understand this one at all. But anyway, look at that thing. It just like continues to stair step its way down until I guess it's going to have to reverse split and try to do it again. I'm not exactly sure what this company's up to. It's fairly new. They're only like a year old. They're going into like a year. Yeah, in December right there, December 5th. So that is the most bizarre company ever, especially when the whole entire sector went nuts and this one never really ran. But anyway, that is your Z Space right there, ZSPC. And let's see what else is going on. I don't think the game started just yet. It starts real soon. And let's see UNH right there pulling back. And I don't think the healthcare sector is looking very good right here. And there's Oscar pulling back pretty good as well. And there's your OSCR. So we'll see if they want to pull back some more tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that. ABTC not looking bad. Remember, we were saying the other day as crypto is starting to get set back up, and this one could get set back up and get moving up here. It still has a channel, but we'll see how it looks. I think it was NCPL was looking pretty good. This is PEW right here. And this one actually trying to roll off. That one, Pew, looking pretty good right there, I must say. And NCPL, like I said, this one was looking pretty good as well, trying to curl up. But that PEW looking really good right there. PSQH, we were talking about this one last night, and this one was bouncing up a little bit, getting set up. But that PEW looking pretty good right there, I must say. So keep an eye on that one, Pew. And that's Grab a Gun right there. And yeah, not looking bad for Grab a Gun. It has earnings. I can't imagine that it's going to do well in its earnings. Do you really think any of these Trump companies do well? What was the I don't know if Laptop Travel's on here at the moment, but what was the other one we look at? Jesus, I just forgot what it is. ABTC. What was their earnings? They lost like they had missed by like a bunch of money. I forget what the heck it was. Was it this one? I forget exactly, but I'm pretty sure. I don't really remember. I just here it is right here. Yeah, it just happened like November 7th or something, their earnings. I forget exactly, but I think they like lost money. I don't know if it's just because they're buying Bitcoin. I don't know what the hell's going on there. But they are the Trump family companies, and we do keep an eye on them because you know they'll get moving. And BMNR right here. How are you, Janica, this evening? And let's see BMNR kind of setting up right here as crypto is not looking bad. We'll look at crypto. It's just, again, just setting up right here. It's not going to get blasting off just yet, but it is getting set up. So we'll see how this week plays out for them. That's Bet right here. Another one just still getting trying to get set up. They have earnings coming up on the 13th right there, which is Thursday. So there you go at good old SBET, SBET, and UPXI is the Solana one. And that wasn't looking bad, as you can see today. And that thing looks like it bottomed out. Once it get crawling up, I'd say that one looks pretty good right there for UPXI. NORBS right here was down a little bit. And this one is obviously getting set up. It's been beaten way down and making a base down here. So not looking too bad. It was trying to look at it, was trying to get up on that at MACD but I think it will get curled up and get cruising on there. So keep an eye on that, and we will be watching it this week. FGNX right here, another one, another Ethereum one right here, and I will be talking to them, I think, pretty soon. I'll keep you guys posted about it. FGNX, though, and this one was starting to move today. I was looking at it, so looking a little bit better right there. And as a matter of fact, we'll look at crypto because Bitcoin was at 106 right there and trying to move up. It did have a little bit of pullback earlier today, and it wasn't looking too bad. Like I said, I don't even think it's going to get through the MACD right there. I think they're going to bounce down and possibly get set up for like a week or so, but I could be wrong, and maybe it does get through right there. Ethereum's hitting it right there, and we'll see that 20's coming down. I think they could have another week in them, but you never know with crypto. It could rip right through it and get cruising with no problem. That's Solana right there. And Ripple is not looking bad as it is through the 20 and is setting up in this channel. Ripple obviously looking pretty good right there. And Doge is not looking too bad either, hitting the 20. So we'll see what they want to do as they're trying to cross up. Some of them have crossed through. Cardano isn't looking bad right there. Here's your Stellar. And that thing was just trying to cruise through the 20, got through the MACD. Optimism over here is getting set up as well. And remember, we said it would get out of the basement and start running. It does look pretty good right there. So that is what crypto looks like. Not too bad right there. And it looks like our game started. And it is the Eagles and Packers playing, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. And let's keep on cruising along here. No, they're still doing the national anthem, I believe. It looks like so. Here we go, guys. Let's keep on cruising right through. That was crypto and some of the crypto treasury ones. LBGJ. We'll look at some, if I could type it in. We will look at some of the small cap China ones. And this one continues to run up slowly but surely right there. 2%, 4%, 6%, 7%. It does. It just keeps cruising up there real slow, but it is working. And ORIS trying to set back up right here. It was down a little bit. It was in a good spot. Ran up the other day. Took that nice dip, and it is. Look at these 3 green candles right there. Not looking bad. And it is over the MACD. Could easily roll off. For ORIS, look at that thing, not looking bad right there. So keep an eye on that one. That does have a really good look on it for ORIS. And what is it? ZJYL, I think it is. Something like that. Yeah, ZJYL, Jin Medical. And this is another China one trying to get out of the basement. It got out and just a little bit of pullback there, but you can expect this one to try to run relatively soon. So you can watch that. We'll see if these small cap China ones still have it in them. And Nix right here, NIXX. And let's see what's going on right here as Nix is pulling back. And it was curling up and obviously not getting through right now. Let it pull back a little bit and get set back up, and we'll see. But it did hit that bottom right there. That should be the bottom, and we'll see if it'll probably try to make a base and then get curling up. So that one should be good pretty soon right there for NIXX. And LITM was curling up yesterday, a little bit of run up today, and that one went a little flat on the curl up, but looks pretty good right there. So there you go for LITM, and it is not looking bad either to get set up. And obviously, we'll be checking these guys out tomorrow to see what they look like. And let's see what else is going on right here with our Sinez Tech. And let me know what you think of the view thing, because like I said, you can view it on a phone now and see the stream. They changed the whatever, I don't even know what the heck it's even called, but whatever the views are, we'll say. And so yeah, it's the regular stream, and then you could make it the up and down stream for a cell phone if you wanted to. So it should be like that on YouTube. You should have a choice. I don't even know. I didn't look, but that is pretty cool for the what is it called? StreamYard. They keep adding new features and stuff. I have to kind of go through and look at all the new features that they added and see if I want to add anything. That's kind of cool. So here we go. It's Sinez Tech. This one was up there today. It wasn't looking bad until after hours when it had its earnings right there. I think they beat something, missed the revenue. I'm not exactly sure. It was pretty close, though. They did have good news this morning, though, and did mention the fact that they're getting their product online at Lowe's.com, which should help their revenue right there. So there you go. It's Sinez Tech, and I believe Ben is going to be interviewing the CEO of Sinez Tech tomorrow. I believe he said. So there you go. You can look for that. IVF right here is trying to set up. Remember, we were talking about it, and it does look a lot better, guys. So I don't know if it's ready to blast off just yet, but look at it. It's not looking too bad right there. We know that one all too well, and we don't like it too much. But if it's an opportunity, we'll obviously take it there, Janica. And TONX, let's see what that's up to at the moment. And that thing's just kind of hanging out down here, and does look like it bottomed out. They should. They had this quiet period going on, and obviously that should be ending soon. And they should be PRing some information there. So we will see what's going on with TONX and what they want to do, and if they get the PR, if it's going to blast off. We know that they made the compliance, or they're not getting delisted, whatever the situation is. They just haven't PR'd it yet, so we'll see if that's going to happen anytime soon. And that is our TONX right there, and DLXY. This one still looks pretty good. It got out of the basement right here, just sitting on that bottom line, not looking too bad right there for DLXY. So yeah, I would keep an eye on this thing right here. It is trying to curl up, not looking bad. So we will be watching that one right there. And that is our DLXY. And this one, I was telling you guys, it was looking good. I had it on the night note, and it is Kinder Morgan right here. And it did go up a little bit, almost 2% right there. Jumped up yesterday or Friday as well. And I was mentioning it on Thursday, and it did run up pretty nice. And it looks like it could get right through to 50 and 200 right there. So we'll have to look at it tomorrow, but it did jump up and not looking bad. So there you go with KMI. And let's see what else is going on over here. Um, where am I? Gush and Boyle. Gush was going up today and looking pretty good right there. And that Boyle right here, that was ripping up there as well. And they both look good. So I would say keep an eye on Gush and Boyle. We did say they both look good. And I even had them on the note the other day. Hertz right here pulling back a little bit. We'll see how much it wants to pull back. And that CNR was up today, and then it pulled back. So it did run up there early. It is pulling back. Almost looks like a little healthy pullback there for CNR, and we'll keep an eye on that. And Expedia was still running up, and another momentum play. We were mentioning that one, and maybe it still wants to be a momentum play right there. So that is looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie, to continue as a momentum play. IMRX, this was looking pretty good in the morning, and then it kind of fell apart a little bit, as you can see right here. It jumped up first thing in the morning, came down, jumped up a little bit, and then kind of fizzled out. Ran up a little bit in the after hours, but nothing really that crazy. And that's what it looks like. But it was looking pretty good. And we'll have to keep an eye on IMRX right there for tomorrow. And let's see, what else do we have on our list for this evening? ASST, it wasn't looking bad, and then it pulled back, and then I think it ran up in the after hours. It says right there, and it was, like I said, it does not look too bad right there. I'd have to look at it tomorrow. And again, it says it ran up to 154. That's where it says it is right there. And I would look at that tomorrow at this point. It's been jumping around right there. And that's our ASST. CMG is Chipotle. I'm keeping this on the list until it gets set up right there, because that'll be a really good one. And this one we mentioned last night, and it was jumping up. RETO right here. They just recently had a reverse split, rolling out of the basement right there. It's a China small cap one, and it's looking pretty good. So keep an eye on RETO right there. That one could be running up some more tomorrow. And let's see, it looks like the game already started. 13 minutes left in the first quarter. It is 0-0 with the Eagles and the Packers playing Monday Night Football right there. And our ETO looks like it's setting up right there. And FMC is FMC Corp. And this one was in the basement. Big old fish hook going up there. And it is just kind of bouncing around. You know, as it makes its way up, it'll bounce around. And as it gets closer, it'll try to pop up. So we'll be trying to track FMC down to see as it sets up right there. And I'll check that out there tomorrow. Now is at Home Builder and Supply Bull 3 times. And this one was trying to move around today, and it is curling up. Look at that. And obviously Home Depot, Lowe's, we were talking about these guys. Like a week ago, they took some nice dips, and they're probably some dip and rip looks right here. Lowe's looks a little bit better, to be honest with you, than Home Depot at the moment, but they both aren't looking bad. That has earnings. Lowe's has earnings on November 19th. And I forget, Home Depot, I think, was right around there a day before, November 18th. So we'll be keeping an eye on Home Depot, Lowe's. Like I said, they were setting up before. And why weren't we buying this Lily Ellie or whatever the heck its name is? We were back here trying to figure out what its name was the other day, and here it is just blasting off. It went up another $42 today, guys. So how crazy is that? The other day, what day was that? Like Wednesday of last week? I don't really remember exactly, but it was still down here and it was looking pretty good. And I was still trying to figure out, I don't even know if it was in the top yet. So it could have been down here. And I was trying to figure out the name of it. And I still don't know what it's called. I just call it LLY now, or Eli Lilly, or Eli. Again, I still don't even know. We had a whole discussion about it for like 45 minutes. I still don't know the name, and it went blasting off like crazy. So there you go. I guess there was an instinct to tell me that we should have been looking at Eli Lilly, LLY, right there. And UMAC, some drone info right here coming out today. So keep your eyes on these ones, on this one especially. And this is UMAC right here, unusual machines, and it's not looking too bad right there. And we'll keep an eye on it for tomorrow. That one also looked like it bottomed out Friday. Should try to start crawling up. Another one like ONDS looking pretty good right there. And UAVS is another drone one right here. And that looks like it's trying to get set up. Remember, we looked at CDT on accident last night. It's Eli Lilly, correct. Thank you, Laptop Travel. I was wondering where you were there. And there you go. So it is Eli Lilly. And that night we were looking at it. It wasn't way up like it is today. And ONDS is another drone one. Yeah, I'm telling you that we bought options. I don't know if you were listening on the live show at the end of the day, but Ben and I bought options. Look at this CDT. Remember we looked at it last night on accident. We were looking at CDT something. I forget. And I was like, oh, that one looks good. It went up like 5% today. So there you go, guys. And I said, I love when we find these things on accident. And that thing still looks great, guys. So keep an eye on CDT equity. And I think it used to be Conduit Pharmaceuticals. Well, of course it was. It was right here. It changed its name in August. We do remember that. And they are a cryptocurrency one and a biotech company and everything else over there. But it is not looking bad for CDT. And let's see, what else do we have? MSGY. This one, I think Luis Rodriguez mentioned the other day or something like that, like these letters. I know there was like three of them with these sort of letters, and one was Madison Square Garden. There's another one and this one did take that dip right there Friday, and then it started to rip out of there, out of the basement right there in MSGY, looking pretty good, I must say. So keep an eye on that. It did run up a little bit, but not looking bad. And yeah, the daylight savings time changed, messed up your schedule. You and me both. I'm telling you. I was like, why am I so damn tired the last week or two? Because they changed the stupid time and it message you all up. It gets dark at like 5:30 now in New Jersey. It's crazy, and it just like screws with your head. Like it just messes with you. They don't need to really change the time. I'm not gonna lie. So I agree, Laptop Travel. I think after this week we'll probably all be adjusted again. But why do they even got to bother with it? Just leave the damn time alone. Weren't they going to leave the time zones alone? And then I don't know whatever happened with that, but I know they were talking about it at one point, and there you are. So I have no idea. MSGE, this one, that was the one you were talking about, that Madison Square Garden. That one was running up right there. And then there was also another one with them similar letters, and it was like setting up or running or something. But yeah, MSGE, the Madison Square Garden one, still running up there, Luis Rodriguez. And here is your BTGD, and that's your staked 100% Bitcoin and your 100% gold ETF right there. And it is curling up, looking pretty good, I must say. I mean, look at that curl up. Even if it doesn't get through the MACD, you should see some run up there tomorrow. SOLT starting to cruise back up, and another one, if it doesn't get through, it'll still be cruising up a little bit, hit the MACD, and then on the next one they should get through, as at least they look like they want to anyway. So we'll be watching all these, and obviously crypto will have a lot to do with what they want to do. And there's your HSDT running up, hitting the MACD right there. We'll see if it wants to get through tomorrow. And stakes, Soul Strategies, and that's still way down there and looks like it's trying to roll off the MACD to get moving. So they all look like they could have a little bit of time, but again, crypto will dictate that. And it's not looking too bad right there. Bitcoin back almost at 107 right now. So that is not looking bad at the moment. And there you go. And let's see what else we have going on. Oh, yeah, this BMNR. I know we were looking at that, and that's a good one with crypto right there because it's an Ethereum treasury one, but it has BMNU right here. I forgot to mention that. And I think Lewis mentioned it. Somebody mentioned it last night. But yeah, this one, BMNU, and this is that BMNR long ETF right there. So if you want to take a look at that one as well, and that one's at 41 and the other one's at 14. So there you go right there. You can look at that as well. And JNUG gold was cruising, guys, and didn't we say it was looking pretty good? It still looks really good right there for JNUG, and even NUG right there looking good. That's your two-time gold miners. And NGD running back up a little bit, hitting that resistance line, but not looking bad right there as it's curling up. So we'll keep an eye on that. And silver was looking pretty good as well. And that's hitting your 20 and 50 right there. So we'll see what it wants to do as it opens up tomorrow. And here's VCIG. This one looked like it was trying to run up a little bit more. Laptop travel. So you guys can keep an eye on this thing in the morning. Here was a good one I thought for you guys. Like I said, had a little run up there. VCIG. We're familiar with it. And it did look like it wanted to run some more in the morning. So I thought that was a good 4 a.m. warrior one for you guys. And beyond right here, we'll take a look at that one and see what it wants to do. It's trying to curl up. I don't know if it's exactly ready yet. Did they have their earnings today? Yeah, I guess so. They did have their earnings. I'm not exactly sure what even happened there, but again, it's just kind of getting set up. I'll look at it tomorrow and we'll take a better look now that it had its earnings. You know, I don't like earnings, so I can only tell you if they're going to have basically news coming out. The charts don't really tell you much about earnings, to be honest with you. That's what I'm kind of realizing. They'll tell you if news is coming up, Robin, but not really so much if what the charts are going or what the company's going to do during earnings. So that's why I don't play with them because I can't really tell. Yeah, and Solana's back at 170 right there, according to the stock cube, and it's at 169.48. So yeah, it's probably bouncing around right there, and nice, and that looks pretty good. So there you are, licking your rooms from Tesla, or from Friday. Tesla killed you on Friday with that whole I don't like to play them anticipations like that. I even said on the trading I wasn't going to mess with Tesla. I know they were getting calls for it, and I kind of felt like the price was kind of already baked in there, and yeah, it's just one of them things. I don't know, the chart doesn't look that great to me as it's going into it, and I don't know, it's just a lot of people are starting to play it, and obviously if a ton of people are playing it, you have to get worried. And it might have been perfectly fine, but obviously the whole market took a huge tanking on Friday and took a big dip down there to the 50s and all that. So that didn't help it either there, Robin. So it could easily bounce right back up, but depending on when your options expired, it could have obviously hurt right there. So that does happen for sure, Robin. I'm not gonna lie. And that's why I try not to play them big news events, and I look for the better setups than anything, and I'm definitely sticking to that. I know I've said it a million times, but I'm definitely sticking to that because, like, the cues and stuff, that was like the perfect setup going into today, and they did go rocking and rolling. They should run up a little bit more tomorrow, I would think. So we'll be watching them. But yeah, Tesla back up a little bit. Lesson learned right there, Robin. And you need to learn them lessons. I'm not going to lie. As much as I can preach about it, it's one of them things. And that's why I say do these things in a small way so that when the lesson comes along, it doesn't kill your account completely. Because you know I've done it to myself and killed my accounts many, many times, too many times. Like I said, I should have quit a long time ago, but here I am, and I still do pretty well. So you do try to learn from your lessons, but not always so fast. And that's why I try to tell you is about all of my lessons and experiences, so you don't make the same mistakes. And that's why I say try to go small. I know you get into that routine and or that rhythm, and you start nailing them, and you're like, whoa, I need to up the ante here because two options pays a lot. If I had like six of them, it would be insane. And the next thing you know, it takes like the wrong turn on you, and you go, and six options go down. That's like wiping out my account. And I shouldn't be doing that, allocating too much for it. So, lesson learned. And I'm not sure what Robin even did, but I know I've done that a million times. And so I try not to do that anymore, obviously. And allocate it the right way and just play the smart ones. That's why I tell you it's quality over quantity. You don't got to trade a million of them. Just pick the ones that you're really confident in, and if you're that confident in it, obviously you should do pretty well. Anything can happen in the market. We obviously know that, and so yeah, that's the risk that you take, and that's trading, and any kind of investing is going to be that risk. If you want a reward, you're going to put a risk in there, and the game is 0-0, so it is 5 minutes and 50 seconds left, and the Eagles do have the ball on about the 45-yard line, getting to midfield right there. So here you go. There's Tesla. We'll go through it again, and let me see what else we had. We looked at beyond, and let's look at our Jolie's jams right here, guys, and see what's going on. Robin Lewis Rodriguez has a couple, and Laptop Travel, Doge Mama 9. Everybody else, let's go ahead and look at our Asian Jolie list. And here you go, Rhythm. I saw this thing take a major dip today, and I said, what the heck even happened there? It didn't look that bad. I mean, everything else was trying to bounce up, but not Rhythm. It didn't have the rhythm today. Let's put it that way. So we'll be watching that for the bottom. Blink charging, not too bad right there. And that thing does look like it's trying to get set up anyway. Sezzle was down a little bit. It was jumped up in the early morning, and then it did pull back. As you can see, it jumped up and then came back down. And that is what Sezzle did today. And again, it doesn't look terrible. We'll have to look at it and see exactly what it wants to do tomorrow. How about your Sterling jumping up? But it wasn't as big as it usually does. But it did go up almost like 2% right there, a little bit in the after hours. And this thing does love to bounce after it has a dip. So you can keep an eye on STRL tomorrow. And Rivian hasn't been looking too bad, jumping up there. And we were talking about this as it was getting set up down here. And we should have known it was going to run. It did have its earnings look pretty good. And it kept on cruising along. So them setups do kind of tell you everything. You guys know I was saying it was getting set up, and Symbiotic not looking too bad after that dip Friday, bouncing up a little bit off the trend line, and we'll see what it wants to do tomorrow morning for Symbiotic. And there you go with your Jolie's jams, and thank you, Asian Jolie. And we'll go through our laptop travel list. I did just skip like two or three of them, but here we go. BMEA right here. Let's see what that is getting set up. It's crawled through the MACD right there. Has the 20. Isn't looking bad right there. And let's see what Koi is doing. COYA. Holy cow, I can't even read. But this thing was jumping up there today and getting set up. So keep an eye on COYA right there. And let's see what DCGO is doing. That's at DocGo. And didn't they just had earnings right here? And that was today, and it's hitting some resistance. I would say keep an eye on DocGo right there. That one is not looking bad, I must say. And DSWL, I think it is. I don't know what I typed in, but there you go with Deswell Industries. And it was jumping up there today. It is curling up, not looking too bad, so you can keep an eye on that one. Good evening, Zach. How are you? We'll look at Rocket. Just give me a couple minutes. And GGR, this one was looking really good right here and curling up into that 20 on the channel. So definitely keep an eye on Row, something like that. Row Inc. Auto manufacturer in Taiwan. So yeah, Row. It looks like it wants to go row your boat down the stream right there. So keep your eyes on that one. And that is your GGR. And let's look. Indo is an energy one. Indonesia Energy. This one's way down, guys, and looking pretty good. I would say keep an eye on INDO tomorrow as well. Look at that thing curling up there. It does look like it wants to get through the MACD. And LPCN, Liposin right here was hopping up there. Look at it off that trend line, curling up, hitting the MACD line, and not looking bad. So there you go with LPCN. That's one we've looked at a few times before. And this SENS is a Sensonics or something, it says. And that thing is trying to bottom out and roll back up. So it was jumping up a little bit there today. And you can see it doesn't look too bad right there. So keep an eye on SENS. I'll check that out in the morning. What does that even say? Oh, good old Syntax Technologies. And this has a little resistance, but it does look like it's trying to curl through right there on the MACD and get in there. So take a look at that SINT. That is not looking bad. Laptop travel as well for the morning. Keep an eye on that one. I know you gave me the list, but just keep an eye on that, especially SINT and VRCA. Not looking bad either right there. It was running up today, so keep your eye on that as a little momentum play for VCRA. Verica Pharmaceuticals has a little resistance, but could get through that. And ZH was a Hong Kong one, China one, I forget. But it was a China one rolling off the MACD, looking pretty good right there at 423 internet content information. And there you go with ZH and Rocket right there. Was cruising along, hitting a little resistance as well. We were looking at that today in the Discord, and that is curling up, looking pretty good. It does look pretty solid, Zach, going into tomorrow, I must say. And it was going up a little in the after hours. So I think your Rocket is looking pretty good, and it might get up to your 1825 right there. And as long as it gets right through your 1727 area, it should be off to the races. And then you get your 1825 right there. So that's what you're looking at right there, Zach. And it does look pretty good for our KTLDI. We were talking about this one, and it looks like it's got a little setup time right there, but it will be getting set up, so I'll keep an eye on that, let you guys know. And let's see what else is going on with our Spy Mag 7 big caps. We'll go through them real quick, see what's going on. And it is still 0-0. The Eagles still have the ball, and it is a minute 45 left in the first quarter, so it is a good defensive game, I guess. I don't know what's really going on. No problem, Zach, but that is your Eagles and Packers update, Monday Night Football. And let's go ahead and see. Our SPY was way up, our Qs were way up, and our IWM was actually up a little bit, but not really, to be honest with you. It seemed to be pulling back. It jumped up early, dipped down, then ran up at the end of the day, and didn't look too bad right there. But that's your IWM. And again, that doesn't look perfect, but we'll see exactly what it wants to do. Qs look like they want to try to run up a little bit more. They did close at the end of the day up pretty well, and they do look pretty good right there. I like that look for it to run up. And so your SPY right there not looking bad either for tomorrow. It's staying over the trend line, looking pretty decent to try to run up, at least in the morning. We'll see what it wants to do throughout the day, or even in the late morning there. But let's go through and look at our Mag 7. Here's Apple right here. Look at that look right there, guys. I mean, holy cow. They're just hanging out, looking like they're ready to do something crazy. I'm not sure exactly which way it even wants to go for Apple. If I had to guess, it looks like it wants to go down. The RSI is trying to curl up, but I think the MACD is going to dictate that one and bring it down. That's what it looks like at the moment. We'll look at it in the morning. And Amazon right here wasn't looking too bad today. And again, not looking too bad. It's in that channel, trying to crawl up a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that. Google was the one running up there, and that was looking pretty good. So there you go with GOOG. And that one could continue to run up. Look at it, just poking its head up into the top and looking pretty good right there for good old Google. Look at that. Looks like it wants to roll off and get cruising for GOG. And Meta right here. That's not Meta. That's Meta right there. That was up another $10, and that's crawling up. It'll jump around as it's setting up right there, unless it just gets completely blasting off, but I don't think it will. I think you're going to have to crawl up and get set up, and then we'll see what it wants to do, but you'll have some jumping around. Microsoft was up after it had dipped down there Friday as well, and that one's bouncing right back up. So keep an eye on good old Microsoft right here. You know that we enjoy taking this one up for a ride, so I'll keep an eye on that tomorrow as well. to see what it wants to do. Nvidia was up over $10 as well today, and that one didn't look too bad. So they were all bouncing up, looking pretty good right there. So there you are with Nvidia and the other ones, and then we were already looking at Tesla jumping back up. So that is your Mag 7 AMC. Wasn't too bad, but still has to set up right there. But it is getting pretty close. Look at it. It's trying to make its way there. And GameStop at the moment, not exactly ready either. And you know what is? Was it Chewy or Unity? One of these. Chewy's hitting the MACD. Unity looked really good right there. So keep an eye on Unity. And we've been saying that one's been looking really good. Netflix we thought was going to run up, and I'm pretty sure it was up a little bit today. There you go, up $16, but that's an expensive one. They're going to have a forward split, so it'll be a little bit cheaper, and maybe we'll start trading Netflix, although they do have NFXS, which is that's the bear one, NFX something. L, that's it, and that's what it says, and that's your 2-time bull right there. So there you go with Netflix in case you wanted to trade it. And AVGO right there was trying to cruise back up. Some of your semiconductors were, not all of them. And this one, honestly, doesn't even look that great. It's not even sitting on the trend line. Looks like it could pull back a little bit. Maybe it bounces up in the morning. We'll see what it wants to do. You can't exactly tell with that. MU is cruising up pretty well and looks like it wants to keep that momentum in the morning. So watch that one for tomorrow for a momentum play. TSM right here just trying to get traded up or curled up right there, and has some resistance right there at what 303. So we'll see what it wants to do. I don't know if it's exactly going to get curled up right there for TSM. And SMCI is another one had been dipping down. It looks like it bottomed out, but doesn't look like it's exactly ready yet. AMD right here trying to pop back up, but doesn't look perfect. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on AMD and these semiconductors. QCOM was pulling back. I know it was at one point. It did looks like it was up. Everything kind of came down at that point though, but it didn't close too bad right there for QCOM. But again, doesn't look perfect right there. So we will have to keep an eye on these. We'll look at them in the morning on the pre-market show. Snow not looking too bad, and this one had been running up, then had that pullback and trying to run back up. PayPal right here, just kind of hopping around, not doing a whole lot right now. And what about Intel just jumping around? And this one could get set up off of this trend line in 20 right there. So keep an eye on Intel. And what about Dell? That one was pulling back and looks like it could be pulling back some more. We'll see if it can hold itself up right here on that trend line. So yeah, Dell's an interesting one right there, and we'll see if it's going to really fall down. It looks like it almost wants to. Look at it right there. So we'll see if Dell wants to go down. Might be one to try to put down. And IBM right here is kind of just hanging out, but it looks like at the same time it wants to pull back as well. Palantir was running back up after that dip down last week, and it did jump right back up. Sophie was running back up today as well. Not looking bad for SOFI. And let's see what our Mara and Riot and these guys are doing. They do look like they bottomed out there Friday, but they still look like they have a little setup period. Riot the same. Clean Spark looks kind of similar right there, as you can tell. And MicroStrategy was trying to get moving, but didn't get exactly moving. It pulled back at the end of the day. You can see it bounced up a little bit. It is on a trend line right there. We'll see what strategy wants to do. And Robinhood right here was bouncing around, hitting the trend line, and still has to bounce around. So again, I think that they could have a little bit of pullback in them still and a little bit of bouncing around, but they're not looking bad. Here's your Coinbase running up a little bit today. And also Bull was not looking bad right there, still under $10. And look at this thing, guys. This thing's looking pretty good to get set up. They do have earnings coming up on November 20th, and I think they had some kind of news today. There you go. Webull unveils Vega, the next evolution of its AI-powered decision partner. So I guess Webull has some AI partner thing or AI thing. I don't even know. And SPCE right here, good old space, just hanging out, getting set up as well. And Boeing not looking too bad today after it's been pulling back. But that could actually pull back a little bit more, to be honest with you. DJT had that huge dip. It looks like it wants to come out of the basement finally. So there you go with DJT. and we'll see what that wants to do. Yeah, that's not looking bad there for Michael Anthony and his DJT. And let's see what's going on over here with our Disney or Nike right here. And here we go. Nike is down in the basement. Oh, let's see if Nike gets out. It very well could. And we'll see what Lulu wants to do. Oh, excuse me. Lulu wasn't looking bad right there. Look at Lulu trying to get set up. I know Luis Rodriguez was talking about Lulu the other day, and it is not looking bad. I know they popped up on that tariff info, whatever was going on. And so, yeah, Nike right there also trying to get set up. But Lulu looking pretty good. McDonald's right here pulling back a little bit and does look like it could pull back. And your Disney looked like it was going up, Luis Rodriguez. And remember, I said you better be careful with this thing. They have their earnings coming up in a few days. When is that? The 13th is on Thursday. So you better be careful. It's curling up right there. And LULG is Lulu Long. Oh, that's a new one too. That just opened up like last week or something. So definitely keep an eye on that. LULG. Let me see. Where did I put that? LULG. Let me write that down so I remember it. And let's see what else is going on over here. And that is Disney, Oxy. They had earnings today, and honestly, none of them really looked that great going into the earnings. ExxonMobil was up today. They did not have earnings today, and it did run up. And DXYZ was just pulling back a little bit and trying to get set up. So there you go. With our Mag 7, Big Cap Spy, and all them guys, the indices and everybody else. And let's see what you guys want to see over here. And Janik is hanging out. We were talking about Eli Lilly, and it keeps going up ONDS as well. And let's see, MSGE and MSGY. And Robin was talking about Tesla did kill him on Friday. And let's see, Luis Rodriguez home right here. Is that Humana or something? Humana. And that took a huge dip in your. We were talking about healthcare dipping down. UNC Oscar Cigna was starting to set up the other day, and that one's even trying to pull back right there. And MOH took a big old dip. Molina Healthcare. So these ones were trying to set up, and I think that Trump put a fork in all them. So that's what happened right there. And it is still 0-0 to start of the second quarter right there. And it looks like Green Bay does have the ball for your Monday Night Football update, Eagles versus Packers. And let me see what else is going on. So, yeah, healthcare is a big ouch right there. Rocket Mortgage looking pretty good. Zach, RKT. And Luis Rodriguez said his best trade of the year, June 26th. What is that? 215. Google calls up 1,060% so far. Wow, that's pretty impressive right there, Luis Rodriguez. And let's see, you purchased them on 425 back in April when everything was way down. So that is a beauty. NLL, LULG, and Lulu looking good. MDAI, let's see that the big bear was up as well today on the earnings, the BBAI. We were looking at that at the end of the day there, and look at that bad boy bottomed out. It was trying to cruise along, and then it had its earnings and jumped up right there. So there you go with the big bear, BBAI. Look at it, it was up like 12% right there in the after hours. MDAI, Zach, let's see what that's doing. Spectral AI right here. And they do have earnings going tomorrow. I'm not so sure about that one. Doesn't look so hot going into its earnings, I must say, anyway. And obviously, anything can happen, and including TrendSpider can just stop at any moment right there. I'm not sure what just happened to it, but let's just relaunch it and see if it wants to work again or not. I don't know. But anyway, here you go. Come on. There you go. And let's see. What were we looking at? MDAI. Let's see what it looks like over here. They have earnings tomorrow, and that does look like it's trying to pull back right there. And here we go, Michael Anthony. No one can see that chart. Which one, Michael Anthony? Which one are you looking at anyway? I was asking it. Does everybody? I asked if everything looked all right. I put the it has two views, Michael Anthony, on YouTube, so you might have to check out. It gives you like the cell phone view in case people want to look at it on their phone, and it also gives you the wide view that I always have it in. So yeah, now it gives you two options, but the up and down view works out well because then I can actually clip them and make like videos with them. It's way easier than the wide view. You can't really do it with that. So that is why I was going to put it on both of them for YouTube. But anyway, so yeah, you might just have to go back to the wide view one and make sure you're on that. I think everybody figured that out. Maybe not. I'm not exactly sure. Let me know, guys, if it was difficult or what was going on there. Because, like I said in the beginning, I just popped that on there to see what was going on. And I wanted to check it out at the end of the show to see what it looked like. CYCN. Ooh, that looks pretty good. You're right. That's jumping up pretty big right there. Biotech at the end of the day. Looking pretty good for some momentum. And so check that out there, Laptop Travel and the Morning Crew. And BODI is Beachbody Company, internet content. Not familiar with that. And why don't I change it? It's on both ways, Michael Anthony. That's why you just have to. I have to look and see what it did. To be completely honest with you, because it does it for both views. So if people want to watch it on their phone, and as a matter of fact, Michael Anthony, it does. It says I think you have like a little phone icon next to your name right there, so I can tell you must be on your phone watching it. So yeah, um, I think you can pick and choose which one you want. I'm not exactly sure, but it should be better on your phone. I have no idea, to be completely honest with you, Michael Anthony. I have no clue. Like I said, they just started that feature, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a try and see what it looks like. So yeah, it does. It is streaming it in the usual wide one, and also into the in the phone version too. That would be easier to see on the phone. So yeah, a phone icon for Michael Anthony right there. Check that out, guys. And I think you're like the only. Oh no, Robin's on his phone too. And Laptop Travel was, but I think Laptop Travel hopped off. So there you go. I think you could tell who's on their phone and who's not now. How interesting is that, guys? Tells you way too much information. You don't see. Oh, you guys don't even see that. I do. Oh, I say, you know why? Because that's on the, you know why? Because I use the stream for the live, through live stream. So it gives me, I guess, all the different feeds. And I guess like you're either on just X or YouTube or whatever, but I get all the different streams. And yeah, it shows me a little icon. So I guess I can tell who's on their phone. But yeah, like I said, it looks like Michael Anthony and Robin is. And we know that Robin usually uses his phone in the morning anyway. So, and it said that Laptop Travel was in the beginning. So yeah, it's kind of interesting there, Laptop Travel. And yeah, Yard Stream, that's what it is, right? StreamYard. It's called StreamYard. I always call it Yard Stream. It's StreamYard. And you are a ninja right there, Robin. And so yeah, IFRX. Let's see what's going on with that one. And they did. They just put a bunch of new things like features on this StreamYard. So I obviously was messing around with it and seeing, because like I said, I can probably clip them videos and make short videos or something. Just that's why I wanted to see if it looked pretty good. Anyway, there you go. Time to go incognito ninja mode to the bat poles, Robin. You're not kidding. So, and you're wrong, because I'm on a computer and have no cell phone at all. You don't have a cell phone, Michael Anthony. Well, then I guess it's telling me that you're not on a phone. I just thought that was a phone icon. I'm not exactly sure then. Maybe that's a computer icon or a laptop. I have no idea. Maybe it's a tablet. I have no idea. Just next to a couple people had a different icon. It won't show it because it'll just show. Yeah, it doesn't even show it. It just shows your comment. I'll have to I can't even take a screenshot of it. Anyway, it's not a big deal. And but yeah, then Michael Anthony, I don't know what it's showing me if you're using a computer. Like I said, next to the time, it shows like this little, it looked like a phone, but maybe it's not. I don't know what the hell it is. So anyway, there you go. We should have had that on Hillary when she was using unauthorized computers. You're not kidding, Laptop Travel. But yeah, it looked like Laptop Travel was on something before, and then he changed because he had one on at the beginning, and then it stopped. I don't know. Anyway, it's not even important. And Michael Anthony's saying it's not his phone anyway, so I'm not even sure what the heck it means, and it's not important anyway, guys. So there you go. It's on the StreamYard. I'm the only one that can see it, Michael Anthony. That's why you guys have no idea what the hell I'm even talking about. That's why I had no idea that you guys couldn't see it. But yeah, I'm the only one that can see it. So don't even worry about it. And we won't mention it ever again. Put it that way. And it doesn't matter. I would just, like I said, I only mentioned it because I put the feed up, and they do on StreamYard. They give you the option where you can put it in the wide view or the up and down view for people that want to watch it on their tablet or phone or whatever the heck you're watching it on. But I wanted to do it because it would be easier to clip videos that way. And now it just makes the videos way all messed up. So anyway, like I said, let's cruise through and see what the rest of this is back on. Oh, on StreamYard while we're all just watching from the backyard. There you go, Laptop Travel. I'm watching from StreamYard. You guys are in the backyard on YouTube or X or even Facebook, but I don't see anybody on the Facebook ever. But it does seem to get a couple views over there. I just put it up there. Maybe I'll start a Twitch account because I know all the young cats are on Twitch and they love that thing. So maybe I'll just start a Twitch account and stream it there. I think I can do that on here. Probably be better than Facebook, I would assume. And but anyway, who cares about all that too? And let's see IFRX right here. Let's see what they're up to. It was up today, just kind of trying to get moving. Let me look at it a little bit better right here. IFRX, yeah, look at that spiking around. I'd have to look at that one tomorrow, to be honest with you. And let's see, TEAD. I'm not even sure. I think we've looked at that before. And Teeds Holding, and that is down in the bottom, trying to crawl up out of that basement right there. So that is not looking bad right there. That could be a runner in the morning. Laptop Travel, you can throw that on your notes. And let's see what's going on. Laptop Travel said he is in motion, so I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter to and Robin was on his phone and he just got to his laptop, so that's interesting. And honestly, that little thing disappeared off of Robin. So yeah, he had it at the beginning and he was so Michael Anthony, are you telling us the truth now? I'm not sure. Anyway, who cares? Like I said, it doesn't matter. The screen that you're using is so small that I can't see, and you can't see, and that's why Michael Anthony, there should be two different streams. If you go in there, I'll have to look at it and see what it did exactly at the end of the show. It says it streams both of them on the actual on the thing. Let me see. I'll look and see. I don't even know the live thing right there. If I do that, you're gonna hear all kinds of. Let me turn off the sound here. Hold on. Let me open it up here and see what's going on. I'll turn it on. Oh yeah, you're right. It is that really small screen, huh, Michael Anthony? What? How the hell do you get it to go to the regular one then? Let me see. If that's the case, I won't do it anymore. So let me see. I'm glad you said something. That's why I did it today, so we'd know what was going on. That's probably why a bunch of people weren't hopping on because you can't really see what the heck's even happening here. Anyway, so yeah, all right, Michael Anthony, we'll stop that stream and I won't do that one again. So that's why I wanted to check it out and see. And you answered my question. So thank you there, Michael Anthony. And let me see. I think let me see. I don't know if I can even stop that stream over here. No, I'm not even sure. Yeah, I'm not sure I can even stop that one. If I do, I'll probably mess everything up if I try to do. All right, Michael Anthony, I won't do it from before. I'll go back to the same way that I did it before. That's why I tried it out. I had no idea. So they gave me the option. It said that it was going to do, I'll change it tomorrow. Don't worry. And it said it was going to stream it both ways, is what it said. And I guess it didn't. So I just won't use that way anymore. And that was simple and figure it out. But sorry there, Michael Anthony, that you can't see it, but glad that you'd let me know so that I actually do know. And I won't do that again. So I apologize to everybody on the YouTube if you can't see it tonight. and Janica and everybody. I think people were hopping on and like hesitant because it looked all weird. I couldn't really tell. I like I said, it shows me both streams, and I'm not sure exactly what it was looking like, but now I do know. Hold on, wait. Monday night, it does have both streams on there. Hold on. Let me see. Go to the homepage. It has to. I see two streams on there. 7 more people are watching the small one, I think. Let me see. Oh, there it is. It's on there, Michael Anthony. It does stream on both, as a matter of fact. If you go to the homepage, um, it says 2 live streams, and then the one with 7 people watching, there's 3 people watching the other one, and that one is the small one. It's streaming on both. Yep, it definitely is streaming on both. All right, Michael Anthony, just it's on both of them. The Giants fired their head coach today. And Laptop Travel, you're watching on YouTube and you're watching it and it's perfectly fine. Yeah. So Michael Anthony, just go on to the homepage of my home on my YouTube and it'll say 2 live streams. And then just pick there's 2 of them. Just get the one that you're not watching and it'll be the regular size one. So it definitely is streaming on both. And that's what I wanted to see because I wanted to see if I could edit these smaller ones and see what it looks like. So yeah, you can definitely get the big one too, Michael Anthony. So glad you did mention it. So now I do know, and I'll see if I can edit things with the other one. If not, I won't even bother with it, to be completely honest with you. So there you go, little trial and error with things tonight. Then trying their new features and stuff. So yeah, Michael Anthony, you can definitely still get the big one. It's also a different chat room too. Yeah, well, it did look like a little bit different on that one, Robin. And again, you can definitely go in and see the other one too. So there you go, everybody. And there you are. And let's see what else is going on over here. Let me see. We did our crypto. We did look at everything. We've been cruising through our shows pretty fast lately. And not a bad thing, I must say, but the market's just been getting set up. Obviously, it was, and Laptop Travel said his wife says size does matter. I agree, and so yeah, she's probably right, I think, and that's why I was trying it, and I was like, oh, how does this even gonna work? Because it told me that it was gonna stream on both, and I'm like, how the heck's that even work? But that's how it works, I guess. It literally, if you go to the homepage on my YouTube, it says 2 live streams. But and yeah, if you go to that live section too, Michael Anthony, it gives you both choices there. You just got to pick the right one. That's all. So there you go. It does give you both. Did you figure it out there, Michael Anthony? And let us know if you got it figured out there, so we know. QuantumScape right here, good old QS pulling back, and that one's just kind of riding up there, in a bullish trend, but it is just kind of hanging out. I'm not gonna lie, not doing much at the moment. It looks like it wants to pull back right there, Joseph. And so yeah, we'll have to look at it tomorrow, but we'll see if it wants to curl back up. But at the moment, it does look like it would like to curl back down, and we're pulled back a little bit right there. So there you go, everybody. And I think we got to everything right there. We got to all that. Let's see, what is anything trending over here that's going to catch our eyes? Let me take a better look and see if we're missing anything. And let me see. So let's talk about the sectors that are going to benefit with the end of the shutdown. And what are we thinking? That's a good thing to talk about right there. CoreWeave was down, Big Bear, CleanSpark, Neo. Rocket Lab was flying up today. They had earnings. We were watching that one. And we'll go through them sectors in a minute. Open Door up there. NASTS pulling back. And that's about it right there. So nothing real crazy. And somebody throw that bad boy right in the chat GPT. Here, I'll tell you in 2 seconds. You ready? Let me get a new chat right here. And what sectors in the stock market will benefit? If I could type, it would be nice. From the government shutdown opening. There. We'll see what it says. I asked ChatGPT what that says. You guys tell me what you guys think, and we'll see what goes on. You say the market does continue to rise a little until economics start coming back in. I agree on that. Sectors that could benefit right here: defense and aerospace and defense right there during a shutdown. There's often uncertainty around government contracts, approval, and payments. And once the government reopens, these companies may get contracts. Flowed, resumed back in, backlog cleared, and stuff like that. And let's see. Travel, leisure, and airlines. Remember, we were saying the airlines yesterday were trying to set back up. Those of them are down today. And we'll look at American Airlines. I just happened to notice stock ticker. They ran up early and then they did kind of pull back. And you can kind of see, well, that one was brand new. But that ALGT, ALK, look at them all. They all have that look. And I think they do want to get ripping again. And obviously, the airlines have been taking a beating. And it's about to be holiday season. So I would say that one would probably be a big one. And yeah, this one, they were hit during a shutdown with the staffing and all that good stuff, and government contractors, infrastructure, and construction. So we could look for some firms tied to government infrastructure spending, things of that nature. And who else? Consumer discretionary and retail. The reopening helps restore confidence, resumption of government pay benefits, and consumer spending, and something like that. And so yeah, that's what it says. And let me see what else it says. Boom, boom. Let me see. Scan for the ones I just said, and there you go. So that's what it says to me. Laptop travel. I don't know if you have anything else that you wanted to add to it. And there you are. That's what it said on the Chat GPT, and that was some pretty good stuff. Will SPY continue to go up right there, Janica? I think it will in the morning, but then we're going to really have to reevaluate it first thing in the morning. I think it does continue to bounce up there, maybe spikes up. I don't think they get through the MACD right here, so I don't think the Qs will either. Maybe I'm completely wrong. It depends how they start curling up tomorrow. If they get that hard curl up and really start cruising, they very well possibly could. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that and see in the morning. We'll talk about it on the pre-market show and obviously in the Discord. So we will definitely look at that. And let's see. You say the market does continue to rise, and the airlines. Depending on, let's see. Do you think Trump's going to give out the $2,000 checks from the tariff proceeds? I'm not so sure about that. To be honest with you, we'll have to see. I think it was more of like a Supreme Court kind of thing because of that thing going on, and he's kind of saying, "Hey, I can give out all this money, so it's not a good idea to not have the tariffs." I think that was more of a message for that. Now I guess it depends on what the Supreme Court votes on, and that I guess we'll figure it out there. And Laptop Travel said he likes the drones, oil, and his number one sector, gold. Yeah, I think you're right with the gold as well, because J Nug and all them looking really good. Drones look good. Oil and gas definitely looking good. This TMDE was looking pretty good today as well. Keep an eye on that one. It was trying to get crawling up there. And let's see, SKYT. What is that? I forget what it even is. SKYT Skywater Technologies. Wow, that was cruising along right there. And that is a semiconductor one. And GSAT is Global Star. And that was cruising along today. Wow, that was really cruising along. GSAT. Wow. Might have to write that one down for tomorrow right there. That one looks like a good momentum play, possibly. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. And their industry is seeing a lot of activity. And you work with and like Expedia. So there you go. And yeah, I bet travel agencies, Expedia's blasting off right now. So I would say some of the airlines look at Expedia getting crazy, especially with the government shutdown and the holiday season coming up. ASTS with the drones and stuff like that. It was pulling back today. We'll be keeping an eye on that. ONDS as well. We'll be watching that one still. And JNUG, like I said, that one looks really good right there. And let's see what else is going on over here. Um, Keep our eyes on the Korean one. You've been talking about that for a while. Laptop Travel, KORU, and this thing is had a little pullback. I remember when it ran way up, had a little pullback, and still looking pretty good right there. Rivian not looking bad. We've been talking about that one, and it has been cruising up right there. And JNUG, yep, that would say so. And I'm wondering about JNUG, Expedia, one of your partners there, Laptop Travel. There you go. And Uber not looking too bad. Lyft wasn't looking too bad either right there. So I would say Lyft and Uber definitely looking pretty good as well. So keep an eye on them too. And yeah, so I would say a couple good ones right there that we just bounced around. Let's take a look real quick at our aerospace and defense ones. Lockheed Martin, these were way down right here, and I would assume some of them are going to start to move. Huntington Ingalls is running up. That one looks pretty good right there, guys. So check out Huntington Ingalls, HII. What was the other one? NOC, that one. Northrop Grumman was down today, too. Budweiser right here, Anheuser-Busch. That's actually curling up right there. ONDS, there's earnings on Thursday. And yeah, that one is like trying to curl up. Does look pretty good right there. So we'll see what that's up to. Me and Ben grabbed some options today on it, as a matter of fact. And like I said, I bought them out a little bit. I forget exactly the date, maybe in December, I think it was. So I have them for after the earnings, I believe. So there you go. And there we are, everybody. I would say, oh, there's that VCIG right there. I was telling you to keep an eye on that. Oh, let me see. Just disappeared right there. There it is, VCIG. Look at swag right there. That one went crazy. And Move had a nice move today. GLTO is kind of curling up. And Gree right there. And honestly, some of these guys, they move up so fast and down so fast that they're like kind of hard to even trade. I've come to the conclusion if we catch a good setup and we know it's a good one and it's going to continue to and it's going to run up and be good, then yeah, we'll catch it. But some of these momentum ones or the ones that get pumped up during the day, like the Tim Skies ones, they're just like almost impossible to play just because it's just straight up, straight down so fast. You got to just be like fast buttons, like 4 a.m. action. That's like during the daytime with some of these. So obviously, we're not really worried, and we'll catch the best opportunities that are going to be safer because you can get involved in these and they could be running up and down real fast. And once they spike up, they're coming back down pretty good. As a matter of fact, like something like this probably be an interesting one to kind of short down tomorrow after you see how it opens up right there. And it probably will be coming back down because they don't last very long. So GLTO, watch it because you might be able to put a put on it and take it straight down. Who the heck knows? We'll look at it tomorrow. But a lot of them things, they come straight down. We know that all the time. And there you go with that. And watch for Grab to make a run through the end of the year. Let's see if we want to grab any of it. GRAB. And that is getting set up right there. Laptop Travel and looking pretty good. So let's keep that on our list. GRAB right there. And let's see. BW. Let's see what that's up to. Oh, Black and Decker or something. Or no, Babcock and Wilcox. What am I told? Black and Decker. Babcock and Wilcox right here. This one running up big time as a machinery one. So yeah, that one had been pretty good right there. And there you go. And I would say a pretty solid review right there, market review. And obviously the show is streaming in both ways. It goes up and down, or if you want the big version. Michael Anthony, did you get that figured out there? Let me know if you figured out where the other stream was so I know. And Robin and everybody else that was looking at it. So yeah, let me know if you could figure out the other stream. It was pretty easy. If you opened up my page, it literally says there was 2 live streams going on, and on the home page or in the live. So you just had to click on the right one, and you had it on, and it would be either the big one. It even tells you it has a cell phone next to the one. That's what there. That's why. Okay, now I know why you have a phone next to it. Tells you the people that are watching it in the small one. That's why, Michael Anthony. Where are you at here? Let me see if you're still watching in the small one. Now I see what it's doing. Let me see. Where are you at? Michael Anthony, post something real quick. Let me see if you're watching it. It tells me who's watching it in the small view. And so yeah, that's what was going on. So Michael Anthony, you could easily watch it in the big view too. And there's two streams, and then the one that has a small view literally has like the cell phone next to it, so it tells you exactly which one it is right there. So you just happen to click on that one. So if you didn't click on the right one, go ahead and click on the right one, or at least do it tomorrow. I'll have to see if I want to edit some of these videos or something if it works out. That BULZ is the FANG going up, and that is looking pretty good right there. So I do think the market looks pretty good for the morning. To be honest with you, we'll be on at 7 a.m. for pre-market, and we'll go through everything to see what it looks like, and obviously pick out the poppers and what wants to happen tomorrow morning. But the Qs, the SPY look good. IWM it looks okay. It was up right there, but again, it's we'll see how it plays out tomorrow. It is back over to 50, but the 20 is over top of it, so we'll see what's going on with that. He said Michael Anthony's rapidly looking through his Commodore 64 instruction manual. That is pretty hilarious right there. Laptop travel. So there you go. And yeah, Michael Anthony, do you don't know nothing about, but you can step away, and you don't know if I'm watching or letting the dog out. What the heck are you talking about? Um, Michael Anthony, somebody we need. You're still watching it on that small one. I could tell, because it tells me that you're looking at it on the small one. Michael Anthony, go on where you always go on, right? On the YouTube page. And then there's two different streams. I want you to get this right. It literally says two live streams. The first one is not the one that has that's the phone one. The one on the bottom is the one that has a phone icon right after the date. It says Monday night stock charts, crypto, tomorrow's poppers, and Monday night football, 11/10/25. And then it has the phone icon, and I can tell that that's the one that you're looking at. It tells me that that's why you had that phone. So you need to let the dog back in, Michael Anthony, and then let us know if you can figure this out before we hop off. Now we're waiting for Michael Anthony to let his dog in, so we can finish up our show tonight, guys. So just calm down, everybody. Just wait on Michael Anthony and his dog, and we'll hang out, wait for him, and we'll get this figured out to make sure that he knows exactly what stream to click on, because Michael Anthony has his what was it, his Commodore 64 and his instruction manual out over there. So right, Robin, it's cool. Let Michael chat in that other room. Best we don't see it. Is it two different rooms there? That's a good question. Let me see. I have to go over and look. It definitely looked a little bit different. Oh yeah, Michael Anthony's the only one. That is funny. You're right. It is two different chats. Holy cow, guys! You are totally right, Robin. So yeah, this dude Leonard, somebody was on there in the beginning, and then we got rid of him. And then obviously Laptop Travel was on there for a little bit, like I said, and then Robin, and then Michael Anthony. You're the only one on there that's still clicking, and that isn't for cell phone. That is for something else. What are you talking about, Michael Anthony? So yeah, you're the only one on this one talking, and it is kind of comical right there. You're the only one who let the dogs out. Michael Anthony, sure. MA is in ghost mode. Yeah, Michael Anthony sure is in ghost mode. All right, Michael Anthony, ready? This is so great. Michael Anthony, you crack me up right here. Go to the homepage on the YouTube, and it has two links. It says two live streams. I mean, you can't get any more simple than that. And then one of them, the one that you clicked on, has a phone icon right next to the date. Click the other one, Michael Anthony, and you won't have the phone icon. It's that simple. So what are the best ones to buy in the next trading day? That's what I'm more curious of, how Michael Anthony is going to figure this out. Laptop Travel. I think it's kind of important here, and I think we got to base the entire market on if Michael Anthony can figure this out tomorrow. We'll base the charts off of him. No, but I would say best sectors tomorrow. Honestly, this is what I think about tomorrow, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I think your SPY, your Qs, and stuff are gonna go up first thing in the morning. They look pretty strong to continue up. I think we kind of have to see what's going to happen after the market opens. 4 a.m. could be running like crazy as usual. And then, yeah, as it gets into the 9:30, we'll be able to tell. But I think that the Qs may get running up here, and then I think they may get dipping down. I think that they want to stay set up in this channel right here, so they will stay in here. I don't know how high they're going to run up, and I also don't think it's getting through the MACD. So maybe tomorrow it runs up some more, and then it pulls back coming up on Wednesday. Just giving you my prediction and what the chart looks like to me. So, what sectors? I mean, it is tough to be completely honest with you. What exact sectors are going to be running? I always forget how to get there. That's not the way to do it. What is it? No, that's definitely not it. Hold on. Groups. This is it. The one that technology was looking good today. There you go with that. And that's interesting. Let's see. Let's go like this and see what happens if we do that. QH. Look at that thing down there. TAOP. And some of these, I don't even know what sector this is to be technology right here. Wow, that's pretty interesting. It breaks it down. I didn't even know you could do that. So just learned something new right there. Break down the different sectors really quick. So there you go, laptop travel. Now you're on your cell phone, posting, watching simultaneously with both. That's hilarious. And let's bring them back from the upside down. And yes, two different chats. And you did see that. So Michael Anthony, let us know when you're back from letting your dog in, and then if you can get this figured out here so that we can actually go and enjoy the Monday night game. It's still 0-0. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. The Eagles had the ball. I think that's what just happened. It looked like, and yeah, and they're marching down the field a little bit. So, how do you get the other link with the small screen? How did you get to it? I don't know what you did. Here, Michael. Oh, I have a great idea. Here, Michael Anthony, are you ready? This is brilliant. You ready? Here we go. If maybe I have to do this for you each night, Michael Anthony. Um, Here we go. You ready? There's the one. That's the one with the regular screen, Michael Anthony. So go ahead. Click on that one if you can. Can you click on that? And so yeah, it posted it up in like all the different streams. So now it's like 4 of them because it does the Facebook, 2 different YouTubes. I thought it was on X as well. I don't even know what the hell's going on here. But anyway, go ahead, Michael Anthony, and click on that one and see if that works for you. If you can even do that. I don't even know if you can. And now you see both comments. This is pretty fun, is it not? Let's see what is going on. Let's see. I have both streams up too there, laptop travel. As a matter of fact, I do. I have both streams up on my computer. I'm watching them. And then Michael Anthony, it also shows you like the phone icon. It like in the top at your tab. It'll say like what that is, and it has like the phone icon in it. So it is interesting. So yeah, now I got this one on, the other chat on. I got all the different chats on. This is kind of crazy. And let's see, did you get it on cell phone now? Yeah. So let me see, Michael Anthony. If not, we'll figure it out tomorrow, and we'll get you on the right track. What does the poly market say about the final date of the guy? Yeah, let's look at that real quick. And then Michael Anthony, let us know if you that's much better. How did you get the small? I'll explain it. Alrighty, Michael. Let me explain this one more time for everybody else but Michael Anthony because he hasn't seemed to pay attention anyway when I talk. But I the yard stream. I use StreamYard to send out everything to the YouTube, X, and Facebook simultaneously. It's easy to do it that way. That's the stream I do it at, and they just made this new feature today that they have that where you can set it up so that it's in that view up and down and also the wide one as well. And I thought, oh, well, let me try it out because for social media clips, it would be better if I could clip it like that up and down, not necessarily watch it, but just for the social media, like maybe Instagram or something. It would be better for up and down. That's the format that they use. So it would be easier for that. So I figured let me go ahead and give it a shot since they just offered that today. And so yeah, so it'll just be 2 streams on there. and the one, like I said, has a cell phone. But each night I can make sure that I go on there. I think that it will tell me ahead of time. Now that I know, I'll look and see tomorrow, see what it says. And the up and down is no good. Like I said, I'm just gonna see if I can use it for clipping videos. If it's gonna be good for like social media stuff. If it's not, I won't even bother with it. But anyway, there you go, Michael Anthony. Welcome you to the show. And now you can see all the charts. Now that we're gonna head off the show now, and we're wrapping it up. It's nice of you to join us on the big screens there. And that's what the heat map looked like for you there, Michael Anthony, just so you could see, and everything else. But there you go, everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed that. And that was a lot of fun trying to figure out what the hell was going on with the screens and everybody else, and Michael Anthony there. Always something entertaining, at least on this show. Not always just stock charts and being serious. We try to joke around. And thank you, Michael Anthony. You're always a great person to not mess with, but you always have something good going on, like the up and down stuff, and then couldn't figure it out. So you are just a great person for our show, that's for sure. And we all enjoy you. I know that. And everybody loves the entertainment and just enjoys you, Michael Anthony. And you've called some amazing things. I mean, you called that a huge dip in Bitcoin. You've called some wonderful things. And actually, the only thing you ever said that was weird was that Tesla was coming way down. And that never did happen. But anyway, we do enjoy you, Michael Anthony, and of course, Laptop Travel, Luis Rodriguez, and everybody else like Doge Mama 9 and Zach and Robin and Janica and so many other people tune in and chime in on the daily, and we definitely enjoy it and try to have some entertaining fun. And let's see. So, yeah, I did get to that. I was just scrolling through. I saw Janica's name, but we'll look. And like I said, Janica, I think the spy will continue up in the morning, is what it looks like anyway. And so, we'll be on at 7 a.m. And we do this show every Thursday, every Sunday night through Thursday at 8 p.m. And then we do our pre-market show every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. And I lost him. I keep telling him to go, and this is helping, and just go back to the old way and solve it all. And you're not listening anymore. Michael Anthony, we can't afford to lose you as a listener. I promise you, you're the best. So I'll make sure, Michael Anthony, it's really easy for you to get on there. If I have to, I'll just send you the link if you get confused in the future. And again, I'll check and see if I even want to continue to record it like that. I did it for just to see if it's going to work out for that. And there you go. You're not here to learn about YouTube. That is true, Michael Anthony. And so there you go. I agree with you. So yeah, we'll make sure that everybody, I can easily send out the link each night if I continue to record it like that. Like I said, I'll check it out after the show, see if it works out, whatever, and then I can make sure that everybody's good. And let's see what our top Mag 7 pick for tomorrow is. Luis Rodriguez, Michael Anthony, what is your top Mag 7 pick for tomorrow? Let's see what is going on. We're going to go through them again real quick to end the show, and we'll all just make our best pick predictions. Doge Mama 9, everybody, give us your best pick for our Mag 7. Here's Apple, kind of flat. I'm not so sure I like Apple. Don't let me change your views or anything, but I am going to tell you what I think right here. Amazon right here has potential to try to curl up a little bit more, has that weird look right there. Let's look at it over here and see what Amazon looks like. And that does look pretty good to try to roll up. I'd say Amazon could be in a contender right there. And how about Google? Well, that was ripping up there. I think Google might be it. Google and Apple. Michael Anthony, you likes Apple right there. Laptop Travel likes TSL calls, TSLL calls. That is your Tesla bull right there 2 times. Let's continue to go through. Google is looking good. Meta's not looking bad, guys. It's trying to curl back up. I'm not so sure it's ready to do anything. And Microsoft was trying to jump back up. And that, I don't know. It could just curl up and try to get moving some more. And the video wasn't looking too bad either, guys. That was pretty hot today. And that one could curl up and get cruising. So I might have to go. I'll say Do I separately record these broadcasts, or are you able to download a clip from YouTube or from um I it records on here as a matter of fact. So the StreamYard, I can download the entire video, and that's why I'm doing it. I'm assuming that when I can go in, I can download the stream, and it'll be up and down, and then I can chop it up any which way I want to, and then that would give me social media content, because the way I have it now with the long ways, it's not really good for Instagram or things like that. It just doesn't work out. It's the wrong format, let's put it that way. So yeah, so on the StreamYard you can download everything, the broadcast. So yeah, that's how it records. So there'll be no iPhone 19. Apple will skip it and go to biannual releases of their iPhones after iPhone 18. Is that what they said? I'm not even sure. And Michael Anthony said, it would be nice to check all earnings that report before the opening and check the ones are up on earnings, then check the charts to see the upside on them. I'm telling you, Michael Anthony, I am horrible at earnings. We do it in the Discord in the afternoon. As a matter of fact, Ben loves earnings. We go through them all each day, and I am telling you, I am the worst at it unless the company is like has something coming out rather than the earnings. That's the only thing I can tell. I can tell before the news comes out because they set up. But earnings, I can't tell anything. It doesn't reflect anything in the stock chart. I'm convinced that nothing tells you anything about the stock chart and earnings. Their earnings just do their own thing, and it just depends on that day and what the reaction is and what happens in the market. I'm almost convinced that's what goes on. The charts rarely reflect or tell me anything that's going to happen, and that's why I trade around the earnings. I can't figure out earnings reports. Like I say, Tesla will miss everything and it'll go up, and then Tesla won't miss. They'll have crazy earnings and or a crazy revenue and everything else, and it'll dip real hard. I just don't understand it. And yeah, it just doesn't tell me anything. So anyway, iPhone 20 will be their 20th anniversary model in 2027. That's interesting. So there you go. Yeah, we do that in the Discord. So that's exactly what we do in the Discord, Michael Anthony, as a matter of fact. And let me see. So let's go back over this and see what our best option is over here. I might have to say it might be Google, guys. Tesla looking pretty decent to try to curl up, but I think just looking at them, going through them, I'd say Google might look like it might be the best one to me, and that's what I would say for tomorrow. So if I had to say in the Mag Sevens, I would say Google looks the strongest in the going into tomorrow anyway, and that's strong today, and looks like it could run up to that 295, another good 5 hours in it or so. So we'll definitely look at it. It looks like it wants to jump up there in the top some more. So, and the morning note in the Discord's it's so amazingly accurate. It's insane. Ben does a great job. Like I said, our afternoon, me and Ben, we do a heck of a show together. We vibe really well, and he's really good at what he does, and you guys know what I can do with stock charts, and that's all I base everything off of. But yeah, he gives me all kinds of news and info and everything else, and we just go to town, and it is amazingly accurate in there. I say if we executed our trading plans as well as we call it, we would probably both be sitting on private islands. But the two of us have for some reason we can't execute our plans as well, although I definitely getting way better. And I've talked about this many times before about being able to trade well, and just because I can read charts really well does not mean you can trade well, and especially with a brain injury. I'm telling you, it's like I feel like I came back down to earth a little bit more in the last few months, and again, I contribute a lot of it, most of it, to doing the show, and just keeping my brain active. It's cognitive therapy times 100 doing the show, and I do it twice a day. And now I'm doing it in the Discord with Ben. So yeah, I mean, I suffered a severe brain injury, and the fact that I can even do things like this is amazing. And I keep continuing to get better My long-term memory just continues to come back. My short-term memory, not so well. My reading comprehension and my reading are just garbage. They're terrible. And I'm not worried about it because I don't really have to do that in life. I read what I can on here with the stream, and it's like I can read a sentence. It's pretty much enough for me. And then that's, yeah, like I told you, I had trouble reading Curious George book the other day. So I'm not kidding. And my wife will laugh about it and tell you too that it's just pretty bad. I could read before perfectly well, and now all of a sudden after I got hit in the head, I can't read a children's book. So it's unexplainable, but whatever. Things happen for a reason. I'm not sure exactly why it happened, but I'm still sitting here after getting hit in the head with a 10-ton jack with the pressure of a two-story house. So here we are, and we still call the market extremely accurately. But yeah, we do exactly that, Michael Anthony, in the Discord. And I do the shows in the morning. I do the 7 a.m. show pre-market, and I do this show. But then I'm in the Discord. We do shows from like 9 a.m. up until like 10:30, and then we hop back on around 3, and also do it until about 4:35. It depends on like the earnings and everything else going on. So yeah, we're on there a ton. And the other day when the SCOTUS was talking, Ben and I did 10 hours of podcasting that day. We went straight for almost 8 hours straight in the stream on the in the Discord. And then obviously I did my morning show and night show. I did literally almost 10 hours. I think I'd done 10 hours of podcasting that day. I think it was Wednesday or something last week. I forget. But anyway, Kodak, I mean, it doesn't look too bad up there. I'll say that. Had a lot of momentum going into the top. Another one, Janica, I think it could get that early spike up there. And the Discord is a paid service there, Michael Anthony. That's why. And so yeah, I'll send you the link, and if you ever want to check it out, it is a paid thing, and that's why we do all the extra stuff in there, because it's for all the paid members, obviously. And but yeah, everybody seems to be doing really well in there. I'm not gonna lie; they probably do better than me and Ben. There's people absolutely destroying it in there, that's for sure. And Robin, he's also in on the TSLL again. So there you go. And oh, Michael Anthony, how old are you, Michael Anthony? I would love to know. And like, I would love to have you. When are you gonna hit me up on X so that we can actually do a show together? I'd have you on, and you can come on here and do a show, talk, do whatever the heck you want, and we'd have a lot of fun. But anyway, but yeah, that's the Discord, and it is a paid service. If you have any questions, anybody about it, shoot me a DM on X. I'll explain everything to you if you do have any questions. But yeah, we do a lot in there. Laptop Travels in there, but it's 4 a.m. Warriors always posting stuff. Luis Rodriguez posting stuff on my channel as well. And then you have Ben's Morning Note, Godfather, Kyle, all kinds of great stuff going on in there, guys. So there's a lot of great information. And then along with it, the community, there's a lot of amazing traders that are in there. Sam and Ross and Progressive G, Joseph, and just Joseph Levy, and just so many other people, guys. It's crazy. Doge Mama 9, there's like tons of people in there that are great, doing their thing in there. And like I said, we try to guide everybody along. We do a lot of extra time, live trading, all that good stuff. And yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. And like I said, our objective is obviously make it valuable for our members, and so that they can obviously pay for the subscription with no problem, but obviously um be able to make good profits as well in addition to the subscription. So there you go. And you are not a great speller or a great reader either, Michael Anthony. So we do have that in common now. There you go. And I used to be a really good speller too. And I'm telling you, I just kind of lost all that, fizzled away from my brain. I don't know what happened. I guess just the part of my head I got hit in. Um, it just doesn't seem to want to come back either. I mean, you guys see, I do. I've done more cognitive therapy than anybody probably on the face of the earth because most people quit long time. The doctors don't give you this much. They only give you so much. I did every single thing that they ever requested me to ever do or asked me to do. And I went above and beyond and did even more. And then I do this show. So I kind of took it to a whole nother level and extreme and was like, all right, I could see that I could get better in therapy when I was doing it, but I knew it would be a lot of work. And kind of how the show kind of got started. So you guys see how I operate, that's for sure. And so yeah, I tell you, I think I'll be doing the show forever. I can tell the difference when I don't do the show, but yeah, it's definitely great cognitive therapy for me. And like I said, it's made my brain get I guess heal. I don't know if it really heals, but it definitely has gotten way better. And those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I did suffer a brain injury like 2.5 years ago, jacking up a house, and the 10-ton jack with the pressure to 2-story house hit me right there in the head. And I was floating through energy. You guys can check out the video. I did a video about it on YouTube on my page. You guys can check it out. I explain the whole thing. You can see the jack and everything in that video. And yeah, it was kind of wild. I'm not going to lie. I definitely survived a miracle. There's no doubt about it. Like I said, I was completely floating through energy. And then, and yeah, I'm still here to tell the story, which is kind of crazy. So, anyway, what's the best way to play Bitcoin? Michael Anthony asked. I honestly think some of them treasury ones, I mean, MicroStrategy might be one of your best options. There's so many ETFs. I mean, there's just too many ways to do it now. BITX, like something like this, Michael Anthony. You have your 2-time Bitcoin strategy, and look at that. They even give you dividends, 61.5 cents. How about that? And Michael Anthony is 69 and no mic, he said. Well, we'll have to figure it out one day. You don't necessarily need a mic if you have a laptop that has a camera on it. That generally they'll pick up sound. They'll have their own built-in microphone, so you'd be fine with just that. We don't care about the quality, Michael Anthony. We that wouldn't matter anyway. So, yeah, if you even had a laptop or anything like that that had the camera built in, that would do it. Other than that. I doubt you have like a webcam. Most of them have them built in as well, but I doubt you have one of them just laying around in your house. And so yeah. Anyway, we'll have to figure it out. By BMNR. That is a good. No, excuse me. That is a good one. I think I just got the hiccups. Hold on. I better not. Imagine I get the hiccups and I'm on the show. That'll suck. All right, I'll try to hold my breath or something. I think I might get the hiccups. That was pretty wild. BMNR. And yeah, that one is looking pretty good right there. Obviously, crossed back over your trend line and starting to crawl up as crypto is. So we will be keeping an eye on our crypto and look at Bitcoin up there and the rest of crypto looking pretty good. So that is what the market looks like, everybody. And oh wait, I didn't even look at this AXTI. I didn't even notice you put that there. Laptop travel. We were talking to Michael Anthony and trying to get him to figure out all that other stuff. Hold on. There's all kinds of news I missed. Holy cow, where did all this come from? Holy cow. Hold on, guys. We are not even close to done now. We have all kinds of stuff coming in. Breaking news. Lots of good stuff. We were talking about the Mag 7. That's what we were talking about. AXTI, that does look good to run up a little bit more. Kodak looks like it might run up some more. Janica in the morning, like I said. And let me see what else is going on. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Luis Rodriguez said the U.S. Senate approves bill to end government shutdown, sends it to the House. So there you go with that. Didn't even notice that you wrote that, Luis Rodriguez. Thank you for that. And let me see. We were just sitting there talking to Michael Anthony and AXTI right there. TSLL, we'll be looking at that in the morning. And Robin bought a bunch today already. And don't forget, there are a pile of crypto ETF applications sitting on the desk of the SEC when the government opens. These will get approved, and boom, there'll be a huge influx of cash to buy crypto. So there you go. And yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from the FGNX people and see exactly when they want to do that. So I'm just waiting. I'll let you guys know on that. And I would assume they're probably going to resume now that crypto is looking a little bit better. Obviously, they kind of paused things as crypto was taking a huge dip last week, and I didn't blame them at all. And so, yeah, I'll get that all figured out as well. And what about HHH right here? Howard Hughes. I was trying to remember what the heck that was. Howard Hughes, that one ripping up there today as well. And you're on a computer, no cell phone, that hard with no mic or camera. So, all right, Michael Anthony, you're definitely making it tough for us now. That's for sure. But at least we know how you roll. And maybe we won't ever get you on here, but it was worth a shot anyway. And you just continue to show up, Michael Anthony. And if you need me to send you the link each night, post it in the comments so you know exactly which one to click on. That is not a problem at all. We can definitely make sure that you know exactly which one, and no laptop. Just the desktop is what you use. So not a problem, Michael Anthony. You just keep showing up each evening because we enjoy you and enjoy your comments and all your feedback for sure. So not a problem at all. And let's see, Howard Hughes looking good. Sky T, Skywater, that was jumping up. We looked at that earlier. AXTI price target 14, laptop travel said. So there you go. Take a look at that. It's at 1094. So that could get a big spike up in the morning. And UXRP, isn't that a Ripple one or something? Yeah, I thought so. That's the pro shares for Ripple XRP. There's another one right there for you, Michael Anthony. So that's your Ripple ETF right there, and yeah, FGNX did dip a little bit there, and BMNR is spam. What are you, crazy? BMNR? I don't know if that's exactly spam. They have like the most Ethereum. It's the biggest Ethereum treasury, what's it say? Bitmine, whatever, announced they were doing something anyway. Bitmine added 110 Ethereum and pushed its holdings to 3.5 million. That's pretty wild right there. Look at that. That's who this is. They've reached 13.2 billion dollars, including 3.5 million in Ethereum tokens. So cash holdings have reached 13 point. Wow, that's pretty impressive. I would say that's not spam right there. They got $13.2 billion. They are definitely the largest Ethereum treasury in the world, Michael Anthony. I don't know if that's exactly spam, but you could call it what you want to. And Win right here, good old what's his name? Steven Win? No, I don't even remember what his first name is. What is his first name? I have no idea. I completely forget. Anyway, Win looks pretty good. Remember, we were looking at these casinos not long ago. They were looking pretty good. Look at them all. They are looking pretty decent right there for some of them guys. LVS, they're also up from when we looked at them last, most of them. So there you go. Penn took a nice dip. So yeah, there you go. And what is AXTI? I don't know. That's Laptop Travel's beauty right there for overnight. So it's called AXT Inc. I have no idea what it is. Semiconductor equipment and materials right there is what it is. Michael Anthony and some of these guys look pretty good as well. And there's that AXTI. But yeah, that's what that is. And that's Laptop Travel's gift. And he's looking at it to get to around 14, but it could get up there early in the morning right there at the 4 a.m. for the 4 a.m. Warriors. And, you know, Laptop Travel will be on. And BMNR is going ballistic once the Ethereum recovers. Likely that Ethereum will surpass Bitcoin market cap in 2026. And I agree, it's going to get wild right here. And you can tell the markets are just getting ready and they're just taking a little bit of time. Steve Wynn, what did I say? I don't even know, but it is Steve Wynn. So thank you, Laptop Travel. And there you go, everybody. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. And again, it gives you two feeds on YouTube. So we'll make sure that Michael Anthony can figure out which one's the right feed. And I'll see if I even want to record the other feed again. I was going to do it to see if I could clip some videos for social media purposes to see if it works. So buying BMNR today is like getting 10,000 Bitcoin for two pizzas 15 years ago. You're not kidding. BMNR is going to get cruising. I'll just leave that chart up right there. Michael Anthony, this thing had run up to like $161 already, and I bet it gets up higher than that as crypto starts ripping real soon. So I would say we'll be keeping an eye on it. We look at it every night. You're just not on the show yet because it's at the beginning of the show usually, and you come on at the end of the show generally. So there you go, everybody, and Michael Anthony and Laptop Travel, Luis Rodriguez, and Janica and Doge Mama 9 and everybody else like Rob and Zach and everybody else that was hanging out there tonight. If I missed anybody, I apologize, and I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in as usual. Any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on X, DM on X. I respond to everybody. And your Papa John's is looking a little bit better. I remember it did pull back there, and it is trying to crawl back up some right there for Papa John's PZZA. We were looking at that before with that buyout rumor, and then the company bowed out, and now it looks like it's trying to crawl back up a little bit right there, Michael Anthony. So there you go. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see what the game's at. It's probably on it should be at halftime. So let me just pull that up because it looks like a commercial right there. And of course, we do this show every Sunday night through Thursday night at 8 p.m. And then we do our pre-market show Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. It's 0-0 at the half, guys. It must be a pretty decent game right there for Monday Night Football. Eagles versus Packers. They're in Green Bay. So we'll be watching that. Go enjoy the rest of that game. And be sure to tune in at 7 a.m., guys, and we will be crushing the market some more. I know a lot of people were up pretty big on our QQQ calls from over on Friday going into today. I know my account was up pretty big. It was a pretty fun morning, Sam. I know he was loving it and a few other people. So Steve Wynn retired to Florida in 2018. I didn't even know that. Luis Rodriguez, I guess he's out of the casino business and enjoying his retirement in life. Good for him. And that his casino in Vegas is nice, the Wynn Hotel. That is nice. I haven't been there in a while, but I've been there when it was had been built there, and it was a really nice place. Anyway, there you go, and there is our our stock market review. And I was gonna say there's our two feeds on YouTube, and I couldn't even think of what to say there. So yeah, we had two feeds going on YouTube, so hopefully everybody figured it out. And if you got the up and down one, you can see the side to side one like usual. You just have to click on the right link, and Michael Anthony will make sure you have the right link each evening. You just show up and we'll make sure you're good to go, Michael Anthony. So there you go, everybody. Until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when we do our pre-market show. Go and enjoy this Monday Night Football game. It must be a pretty good one. 0-0 at the half. You generally don't see that very often. So go enjoy that game. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be on in the morning, and we'll be cruising along. And we did look at the big bear right there, Michael Anthony, BBAI, and we already checked it out tonight on the show, and they did have earnings, and it did pop up there after in the after hours there. So thank you very much. And thank you everybody else for tuning in. So yeah, enjoy your evening, and be sure to tune in tomorrow morning. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. And open, we went over that as well. Open door, and Steve is a great guy, and what a life story. Yeah, he is philanthropy and art, and his current passion. His art, all the artwork at the Wynn Hotel or the casino was pretty awesome. I'm telling you, that casino was badass. It was really done well. And yeah, he's a pretty amazing human being right there, Steve Wynn. So God bless him, and hopefully he's enjoying his retirement life. And they kidnapped his daughter at one point to get him out of the business. And oh wow, but that's pretty wild, Laptop Travel. And so some crazy stories, and I'm sure he has some crazy stories as well, being in the casino industry. So there you go, everyone. See you guys in the morning. Go enjoy this game. It looks like they're coming back from the half. Looks like it's pretty cold in Green Bay too. I know a cold front was coming through most of the country, and it is cold all over the place. So it looks like winter's coming in real soon. And it looks like we're going to be getting into the cold season right now with Thanksgiving approaching and Christmas right around the corner and New Year's and all that good stuff. So there you go, Michael Anthony. And we will and we do know about any splits as reported through SEC. Yeah, we know about everything, Michael Anthony. You just don't think we do because I don't talk about the earnings reports. But again, they're meaningless to me because I can't tell what the hell goes on, and I can tell you exactly what the market's going to do besides that. So, pizza, and click the button on your way out. That's right, Luis Rodriguez. Click the like button. Be sure to follow along on YouTube, X, Instagram, all that good stuff, and hit the like button on your way out. And we'll be back at 7 a.m. And you're saying he loves art, but he went almost completely blind. Wow, that's crazy. Steve Wynn. So all kinds of good stuff about Steve Wynn there at the end of the show and BMNR. So we'll be watching BMNR. What did you say on June 27th? The volume was 27,000 and the close at 440. Then on June 30th, it did some type of split and the volume was 110 billion, it looks like. And it closed at the $30 area. Just listen, Michael Anthony, that thing's going to be popping there, BMNR. It's the largest Ethereum treasury. Whether you like it or not, like I said, you asked us some crypto ones to get into, and that one's going to be a good one. 31 degrees tonight in New Jersey. It is getting pretty chilly. That is for sure. And the game just came on second half. So go enjoy some Eagles and Packers 0-0. It's like a brand new game in the second half here. So go enjoy that, and we will enjoy our morning and our pre-market and see what the market's going to be doing. I think it might be running up early, and then we'll have to reevaluate it, but obviously we'll be doing all that. So I will see you guys in the morning. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the Monday Night Football game, and I'll see you guys at 7. Have a good night, everybody.